What's up, YouTube? What's up? Hope you guys are doing good. So, I'm currently on my way to do a Zoom session with the members on Discord and also some few people that are going to be joining for free, right? So, I am going to be sharing the session with you guys, but it won't be like a full session. It will be, since YouTube, because I have to edit and cut and do so, but only the full session will be added on the Discord member, the people that are in the course and stuff like that. But I'm also going to be sharing something for you guys so that you guys can also see what we are going through, you know. So yeah, catch you guys when we start dealing with the session. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday, and cheers, much love. Don't forget to subscribe, comment below. If you want to join the next session, just take my number down, the link will be below, and hit me up on WhatsApp. Cheers, guys. So I'll always use my FOREX retracement just to confirm my entries, especially if I'm not too comfortable taking it. Then I will take 61.8 with my low risk. So let's say if I'm trading a 5k prof right? So what I will do is I will maybe take it with a 0.010, right? And then whenever price come back to my 70.8, that's where normally I will go maybe a 0.20, right? But then I wouldn't go at 0.20 at the same time. I will have a first entry here. By the time we get here, I will then add my second entry. Then will give us a 0.20. And then if I see that market is giving us like a nice bullish momentum to the upside, like this uptrend that we had here on gold this previous week, and I will then maybe increase the lot. But then if I'm trading my account, obviously I might start with a 0.02 or 0.01 because gold is very volatile, just to see if we are gonna come back at 6.78.6. And then yeah, after doing that, I just wait, right? So that's just me on gold. So I didn't trade gold as much as I was looking at gold. I didn't trade gold due to time because I was working as well. So I didn't get time to execute gold. And then let me just quickly move this so that I can go to the higher time frame. Can take off the sessions now. So I always use the sessions as well because it helps me to identify when the momentum, comes in and when I get certain push. Because if you can notice here during London and New York, there was not much thing that happened. But then during Asia, that's when the market pushed up. And then we had another pullback during Asia. And then we had a nice push during the overlap between London and New York. And then on Friday as well, London and New York, that pushed and Thursday. Right. So yeah, going back to higher time frame, I was looking at so this is what I was looking at here. The moment we broke up here, I was like, okay, cool. We obviously gonna come back to retest or sometimes just continue breaking, retest. That's why I had two options. I had option A, the pullback, a break and retest, and then obviously look for my demands on my lower time frame. And yeah, that was gold for me this week. That was gold. There was nothing much other than that. But then I didn't take these trades because due to time, I didn't have time to execute, especially the ones early in the morning and the ones that were happening during New York session because I was busy at work. And then I came back to US30. Funny how I keep on saying that I'm not going to be trading indices, but I had this small account which I didn't want to mess it up with gold. I was like, it needs indices. Then I went back to NASDAQ and US30. So here I was looking at, let me just quickly do this. So weekly, weekly we had this big momentum candlestick that we had, right? That we push up. Then I know, okay, cool, we have a new high. I was so skeptical to take. I don't like trading indices, especially at the highs, so I like, nah, skeptical to take this. But since I'm gonna be taking them on a lower time frame, let's see how it goes. So we had a nice push. I was like, okay, cool, straightforward textbook, wait for the retest, and then obviously look for what? Look for my demands on my lower time frame. Price did that. We had a nice, just put on my sessions. So this was on Friday during Powell. we know that as soon as we have this push and breaking this previous high, we are gonna get a pullback. So that's what I'm gonna be at. And then on Monday, I had a nice drop. So instead of taking GU and gold on Monday, I took a nice sell on US30. And then I took a loss on NASDAQ because I took a sell on NASDAQ or US, but I'm not sure you're gonna get there. So this is what happened here. And then we had a break during London, and then we got a retest. My entry was here. Let me just go quickly to the lower time frame. Right, my entry was here. This is where I took this entry. This is where I took my entry. Here, 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 here. So we had, wait, yeah, this is where I took my entry. So we had a break here, create this low, breaking the previous low, and I was expecting price to come back to this supply zone, right? But I entered early during London, right, when I was at work. Then price pushed up, and then I had a nice drop, right? And then at that time, I had an entry around here because it was after it rejected around here. I got a nice drop, and then I think I had a stop here, and then it pushed down. I was targeting these lows, I was targeting these lows. Right here, we're gonna have a nice massive drop after everything. And then what happened is price pushed down, came back, and then did one of the things that I don't like doing, right? But I had just had confidence because of this previous supply. And then I moved my stop, right? And then I re-entered again. Then I had two entries. So this was during New York Open. If I'm not mistaken, what is the time? Yes, 3:30. During New York Open, I had this push. I almost closed this trade because after I moved my stop loss, then I was like, damn. Now I'm going against my rule. Now I'm going against my rules. So do I close? Do I hold? Or like, nah, just trust the process, pen and just, keep your stop there and then put your entry. And then I did that, you know, and then I did that. So after doing that and took another entry, I think when price was breaking down again below this area here, because I was watching this at a lower time frame. I was watching this at a lower time frame. Where is it? That's now, yeah. I was watching this at a lower time frame here. So price kept playing around, then I had my second entry, I think around here. And then so I will normally you enter my second entry if price is below the key level that we broke, right? And also for price to react on that area, it gave me more confidence. And then also having this, just do this. Because I also added my FOB at the time, right? So remember my first entry will always at 61.8 and then we push down. Obviously TP was hit, but then I was like, no, since I'm targeting at the previous low and I hit it with a small lot so that I can be able to hold. Because one thing I noticed is that if I entered with a big lot, I would have exited here early because I would have over risked. I was like, nah, I entered with a small lot. Let me just so that I can hold longer. And then price pushed back, and then I was in a loss, almost close, re-entered again after it came down here, and then I had my 200 MA, right? So I would use my 200 MA for confirmation on my lower time frame trends because the trend changes all the time, quicker on a lower time frame. So I use my 200 MA for that. So the moment price came down and then we stayed below my 200 MA, I was like, okay, cool. So that means the downtrend that I'm seeing is still going to continue. Because bear in mind, on a high time frame, we're in a bullish trend. And with the indices, they can just keep going up and up and up. So that's why I was skeptical to kind of like hold here. But then I held and then I closed around here. Let me just quickly move. Did I lock this? Can you see the screen now? All right. So NES, I'm like, okay, cool. If NES, if you started dropping, NES might as well, right? So I took the same trades here, right? Took the same trades here with the stop. not that's too high. But I remember I had a tight stop here on NAS. Yeah, that was there. Yeah. And then I didn't have this zone. I had this open. And then I was targeting, I think the previous zone, which was here. I was targeting this demand zone. I was targeting this demand zone. So like, okay, cool. Let's push down here. And price just went to profit a bit. And then during New York, I took a loss. But I closed even before it get to my um stop loss because I think I had one entry and then as it continue pushing down and then when it comes back, right, and then I had another entry, especially after I saw this rejection. Let me just remove this. Especially after I saw this rejection here, then I had another entry and then it pushed back. Then by the time it broke above here, then I closed it. I'm like, nope, let me close this. Because as well, what I noticed is that my 15 AMA, right, confirmed the price that is pushing up. And then I realized that let me just go check again for hour just to see what and like what's happening here, you see. So I went there back on 4 hour. And then I realized that on 4 hour, a price is reacting in this area here. So that means there is something happening here. Let me just do this. So I did that. Let's clear this, quit a bit. And then the moment I started watching price around here, and then I went back to my lower time frame. And then I started noticing, oh, damn. No wonder we're getting this. We're not breaking, we're not going to the downside. We're just getting this um loss of momentum. If you remember what I said previous earlier, that whenever price is close to an area or zone, I've learned not to take those trades. But then in this area, I didn't put the zone. If I had the zone in, I would have closed because you can start seeing that momentum has dropped, and then this buys momentum confirm that the buys are in control, right? This bullish momentum comes back and then just push back up. Look at how the candlestick close came back with a small wick on 5 minutes. It was more like a retest, right? More like a retest on 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, no. So if we above my MA, my 200 MA on 15 and on 5 as well, we just recently broke above it, right? We didn't stay below it, we stayed above it, So for me, this is just a sign to say, no, you gotta exit. We are out here, you know. And then I exited, and I kept holding my US30. And yeah, that was the week for me. That's how it went.